Hey everybody, I'm Miss Randy and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own citrus-infused vinegar. I love cleaning with vinegar, from the kitchen to the bathroom to even my laundry, but I don't always love the smell. So I infuse my vinegar with citrus. I use oranges, lemons, grapefruits, whatever I have on hand. And I will just take and peel these, throw them in the jar, and go that route. You can also use essential oils to add an extra cleaning kick. Really what we're doing here is taking the peels and using the vinegar to extract the oils that are already in those peels. If you don't have enough peels or you just want to add vinegar and essential oils together, by the way, again, I love doTERRA. If you use this, you can actually still use your vinegar for cooking, and you'll just have a lovely citrusy vinegar. So let's get started making this. The materials that you're going to need: you're going to need an empty jar. You're going to need enough fruit peels, citrus peels here, to fill said jar. And you're going to need white vinegar to pour over them. You're going to, of course, need a lid for your jar. You may need a funnel. It makes your life a lot easier. You're going to need also some filters, whether you want to use regular coffee filter or the gold coffee filter. I find that using a combination of both of them works well for me. And you're going to need a container to put your vinegar back in when you're done. I like to save the peels to put down my garbage disposal to freshen those up. So I usually use my old vinegar jug to put my new citrus-infused vinegar in. Alright, it doesn't matter if you have grapefruit, lemon, oranges, what have you. As long as it's citrus and you can peel it, it'll work. So I just take, normally I don't have my fruit cut, but this was in the fridge, so I figured I'd use it for my demonstration. I just take the peels off and I stuff them in a jar. And you leave the rest of the citrus, I mean, come on, that's the part you usually eat. Have yourself a snack while you do this. I'll peel that out. Again, stuff it in my jar. And I just usually work my citrus a little bit. It loosens up the fruit, makes it more juicy, and also loosens up the peel. See, it makes it a lot easier to peel there. So, and you can do large chunks, small chunks. I like to tear it up a little bit more so that it goes into my garbage disposal easier and I have smaller, more manageable pieces. So just take and tuck those in there like that. You can use any size of jar that you want, and any kind of jar that you want. If you have a jam jar handy, use a jam jar. If you have a pickle jar handy, use a pickle jar. Use whatever you want. I'm all for recycling and upcycling. I get my bottles and stuff, I use up whatever was in them, and then I clean them out, and I'll throw something else in there. This is a Big Lot special. It was $1, so I use that. Alright, now that you have your peels in your jar, you are going to take your vinegar, and this is a new jug of vinegar. You're going to take your vinegar and just pour it over the top of your peels. Easy as that. You just want to cover them up to there. And like I said, you don't have to add oils if you don't want to, but for this batch I will. Yep, this is lemon, so I'm just going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm just going to let those sit and bask in the jar. Then you seal it up, and you will let that sit for approximately 2 weeks, or until the peels get soft and you notice that the vinegar is starting to turn yellow. Okay, I have my jar here that I just filled up, and here's one that I filled with peels a couple of weeks earlier. Now this one isn't quite as full, but I've changed out the peels a few times, so it should be about good to go. you want to take your filters. Now, like I said, you can use a gold filter. I got this one at Salvation Army. It works well. It doesn't get all the organic matter out, but it gets the big chunks. So you can use the gold filter, or you can go straight to a coffee filter. Now, this gets a little messy sometimes, and it takes forever to filter through because there's a lot more organic matter in here than you would believe. I mean, it looks clear around here, but when you start pouring it, you get all sorts of chunks. So let me get this started here. And you just pour that in like that and start your filtering process. And it goes fast at first, and then it really slows down. And you can just keep pouring and keep it going. And notice how nice and clear that's going through. You just want to filter out your entire jar and get it nice and clear, just like this. Now, I have some that I filtered previously, and I will show you that. Alright, here's some that I filtered previously. As you can see, it's nice and clean and clear. And I just take and I refill an old vinegar jug with that. So, let me take that off there, and it's a handy little funnel. And then I will just take and pour vinegar back into the jug. And of course, label your jug. Nobody knows what it is unless you label it. So always label your projects. And you're done. This is the final product. You have citrus-infused vinegar, and like I said, I use it in laundry, and I just reuse an old container to throw that into. It makes an excellent softener. Keeps my clothes smelling nice and clean and fresh, and it keeps them naturally soft. I also use it for spraying around the kitchen with the oils in there, just from the peels. Or if you want to add the lemon oil, it makes it a natural disinfectant, so you can go that route. Really, I just wipe down this table with this. I wipe down my counters, my silvers. I also use this on the windows. Works really well for windows. Vinegar is good for windows anyway. So there you have it, citrus-infused vinegar. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the fruits of your labors.